Coco likes his cream, and now he's going to be drinking that in every other meal with a straw because his actions towards Meadow was the final straw for Tony and his beef with New York. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review The Sopranos. I mean, Tony, he can let some things slide. You know, he can let money slide. He can let maybe ramming a pool cue up one of his top earners slide. But when you go after his daughter, that is the final straw.
He whips the slides off and he slides on into New York. Tell you what, though, right? I think New York.
I mean, Tony's woke up depressed pretty much every single episode of The Sopranos we've seen, but I've got a funny feeling if Coco wakes up, he'll be the one depressed.
Aye.
He'll have nothing to smile about anyway, that's for sure.
By the looks of it, but I think New York's got far too comfortable with Jersey for a long time. You know, Dom, a couple of episodes ago, gay joke here, gay joke there. Carlo and Sil dealt with him. It's like when you look at this, it's like, are they really going to get away with saying this to Tony's daughter? You know, look at the whole beef over Johnny Sack's wife and a fat joke. I mean, this is like 10 times worse than that.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't even making, not even, it's not like he just made like an uncomfortable like remark to Meadow. He even like straight on fucking caressing her lips as well.
Yeah.
I mean, am I surprised that Tony reacted this way?
Problem is, I think if Tony got it sanctioned, there probably wouldn't be any fallback, you know, but the reality is he didn't, and that's kind of how it is in the mob life. But let's take it over to the gangster life, because AJ wakes up, Tony wakes up, riding dirty, she millionaire, great wee tune, next to the PlayStation controller, and Tony feels like whacking the PlayStation controller right off AJ's skull. He goes downstairs. Carmela's like, oh, you did such a good job going to Vegas and taking care of Christopher's business. And he's like, yeah, that was me. I'm the man, top man. Here's a new wee, was it a necklace or a watch for Carmela, whatever it was.
It was like some sort of bracelet.
Yeah.
Love from T, because Tony wouldn't fit.
And she touches his stomach. Oh, that Tony wouldn't fit. No. Fat bastard. He then goes to Saltier's.
How great must it be though, Tony just going out and buying it. Every time he falls out with Carmela, just goes out and buys like a piece of jewellery that could be, I don't know, the average person's earnings for 6 months, and he just buys it like it's nothing.
Think, right?
Just to toss it across a room half an episode later.
You know, but
how the rich live.
Do you not think, right, if AJ Meadow, I mean, I don't think Meadow's necessarily a failure, right? AJ clearly is, which we'll get to. But do you not think if these two weren't failures, right, and actually had, like, you know, like, they held down jobs and were moved out of this house,
Tony and Carmela would have a better relationship?
No, I'm saying he would never have got back with her.
I mean, possibly.
Like, what was that? Like, what's the actual fucking point? Does Tony really love Carmela? I mean, he can't. He sleeps with everybody.
Yeah, no, he does. I mean,
you know, I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't care for Carmela, but it's not the purest relationship you'll ever see.
Nah, but even when he's with other people, he just feels to have more of a connection to them. Now, who's to say if he was married to them, he wouldn't fucking hate them as well? But anytime he's with one of his Gamors or whatever, Gamar, he just seems to be enjoying his time a lot more than anytime he's with Carmela. It just seems to, unless he's buying Carmela something or doing something or giving her money, she's always moaning and complaining.
It's almost like the people that know about his depression and know about his moods, that's who he's always in a mood with. But to like outsiders, he's fine. If that makes sense. But anyway, he goes to Saltier's. We've got a wee picture of Chris up on the wall. And dare I say, an episode later, Chris has forgotten about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I think his Cleaver movies on the wall as well, but that's about it. It's almost like Chris never existed. But you know what? In a couple of episodes, The Sopranos won't exist, so it's not like...
And yeah, I'll be happily ever after. I think Chris get done dirty, man, honestly. Yeah, he's a junkie, but I can't believe that's your whack. That's Christopher Moltisanti. That's the guy I'm going to hell for, Adriana. Well, he did go to hell. For what fucking good reason? But they go to New York with Phil. Tony's like, this 25% is not going to work. How about 15? Phil's like...
Wasn't an offer.
Phil's like, no, it's 25. And Tony's like, how about a compromise? Phil then goes on this rant about compromise. I did 20 fucking years. You want to hear about compromise? You know, jerking off instead of fucking some guy in jail, eating grilled Marigot off the radiator instead. You know, there's some pretty good fucking lines here for Phil. Not the first time he's mentioned the 20 years, I tell
Seems
you.
a wee bit better about that 20 years he had to do.
You know, he definitely does. Then
Well, no one can say their estimation of him went down though, because he
Aye.
took it, didn't he?
Yeah, Tony then lays it on Fick. He's like, right, I'll say it with everyone here. What about that wee heart to heart we had? And then Phil kind of just buries him. He's like, well, that doesn't matter. His crew starts laughing.
Fucking doesn't.
I know it doesn't. It's like, yeah, it doesn't. And then Tony leaves. And then because of this, he calls off like one of the construction projects, which stops New York for getting paid. And then we see Butchie and Coco beat up the foreman, steal his wallet, and say, Tony owes you $300. And then that's it all over. Tony then points the FBI agents in the direction of Ahmed and Mohammed. That's like finding a needle in a fucking haystack, isn't it?
Yes.
AJ, right, so let's talk about AJ. He's depressed. Honestly, he starts talking about Bush is going to invade.
How many times have we seen AJ turn into this? Oh, I care about nature, or I care about the environment, or I care about like immigrant rights. It's just honestly, it's like every half a dozen episodes or every dozen. They just recycle AJ in some like fucking sort of like political movement agenda. I think the character is really fucking unlikable, man. I didn't mind him, to be honest. See, after the whole Tony shit and he came around and his dad got up and then he was obviously he was dating Blanca and he held down a job and he was acting like a man. I think that's the best period AJ's had in this show.
Do you not think he should have tried to kill himself, delete whatever, once they broke up? See, he actually rebounded, and then because his friends beat up some Somalian kid, he's went off the fucking radiator. You know, he's talking about here they spray all this juice on your steaks, and Tony's like, we're fucking eating over here. You know what I mean? Someone said for us not to do the
Yeah, apparently we suck at it.
Well,
Here to stay, buddy.
yeah, the fucking stay is right. But yeah, Tony's like, I'll put you out on the fucking street, which is or you head through the wall. He said it. I mean, you know what? He said them about 100 times, but it's still great. But AJ jumps into the pool, cinder block wrapped around his ankles. He then almost dies. Tony arrives home. He's stuffing his face. He hears like this distant cry for help. A dolphin dives into the pool, saves AJ, hugs him. He's like, my baby, my baby. Did you think AJ was a goner here?
Nah, I just didn't see AJ going out this way.
Know why I think AJ can't die like this in episode 19 before the end? It's like, it almost just...
It's not enough time.
Yeah, but it also takes the heat off of like everyone that's, you know, hating Tony for what he did to Chris and what he's doing.
Yeah.
You're making him sympathetic because his son's just killed himself.
Also, I think it's pretty poor that AJ tries to kill himself when his cousin or whatever thing he is to him, like, just died, you know?
Yeah, but it's
a bit
just
selfish, isn't it?
As they check him into this like care home, you know, for the suicidal. Tony then sits down at the dinner table. He's like, I'm depressed. Carmela's like, oh, don't you start with this shit. Talks about the Soprano curse. They then get into an argument, like you said earlier. He wings the watch off the wall, and it's like, you know what? Probably the most likable I thought of Carmela here. Basically buries depression and says, yeah.
It's all your fault, Tony. Your family's fucked. Mine's is fine.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, your dad's so fucking pent up his stomach. He's at himself or something along those lines. And it's like, yeah, but I actually think Carmela's dad kind of does speak the truth. He always buries Carmela.
Yeah, I think he's alright. I don't know if we'll ever see him again.
But in terms of the depression stuff, like, Tony just turns up to 100. Like, no, let's be honest, right? Tony is the man of the house here, right? He's definitely an alpha male. There's no two ways of getting around it. His son's literally been checked into this care home for killing himself. He comes down at like, what, probably like 11 a.m. and the first thing he says is, I'm depressed.
You know what, though? Maybe...
No wonder Carmel's pissed at that.
I know, but he actually is, isn't he? So, like, maybe he just thought that was a good time to discuss it and be open about it.
Maybe, who knows, but
Carmela wasn't wanting to hear it.
Either way, we saw a bit more talk with him and Melfi. I'm done.
I mean, there's way too many him and Melfi scenes over the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, who cares, folks?
I mean, they've amped it up big time.
No, they have.
And then we get Melfi with her psychiatrist, and it's like, What is that leading to? With 2 episodes remaining,
I know.
why the fuck do we need to see Melfi and her psychiatrist?
I know. Who cares?
Unless she's going to blow her brains out or something. Like,
See, back in season 1, I liked it. Then it got stale. Then when she got graped in season 3, it was like, right, she's going to tell Tony. Then she doesn't. Then you're thinking, right, what is the purpose of you?
what if she did though? Like, I just don't really see what Tony going to do, you know? What's Tony care?
I think he does care about her, though. I don't think he does.
A little bit, but...
Well, somebody certainly cares about Meadow. She's on a mystery date with Patrick Parisi. Now, apparently Sopranos don't like this kid. He's Patsy's son. Don't really know why they don't like him. Reasons that they can't get into later on, but honestly, it's a fucking nothing burger. The real meat in the burger here is Coco. He's like, oh, the cream around your face, Meadow. I bet your daddy Tony likes tucking you in at night. Then Patrick squares up to him. Patrick's like 2 foot top smaller than him, so it didn't really work. But then Butchie, right, walks up. I was like, oh, come on, Coco. You've had enough to drink.
I'm surprised he didn't do anything to that Patrick guy.
Yeah. But also, if he did, Patrick's the son of Patsy. That would have just complicated things even more. But also, it's like, you look at... I don't even... Is there even a scene with Patsy, like, reacting to this? Like, yeah, fuck, he was my future daughter-in-law, potentially, man. He's burying her.
I don't think
He's
so.
burying my son. And also, Butchie mentioning Coco by name when he knows that's Tony Soprano's daughter. Idiotic for me. She then tells Carmela and Tony. Tony reacts alright. He's like, he's an idiot. Don't worry about it. But then he storms off. And you know what? Probably one of the scenes of the... I'd probably say one of the scenes of the show. Because I think it's like where Tony truly shows his hand. Goes in. Batters the fuck out of Coco. Whips the pistol out. Threatens Butchie, who is the underboss in New York. Which is just a fucking no-no. Basically, batters the fuck out of Coco. Puts his face over the step. Butchie warns him not to. Tony's like, well, fuck you. And then puts his size, 14 shoe right through the back of the guy's skull and his teeth go flying. Butchie get them up. Morgan Jones didn't enter, though. It was a couple of Italians.
Yeah, I mean, could have killed the guy.
Yeah. Justified. You know what, in their line of work, I'll say it's justified.
Well, here, I think if they want to put a hit on Ralph for making a joke, which is a funny joke, to me, what this Coco guy did there was no like humour to it.
Aye, yeah, it was just sick.
It was just creepy, wasn't it?
And also, Ralph told it without Johnny Sack even being there. It was just a joke. You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
it's like, I think with the Ralph thing, that there was humour to that. That was a humorous joke. There was nothing really humorous about this.
No, but put it this way, right? If Coco jokes with New York in private and says like, yeah, I wish I could tuck in Meadow Soprano, and then Tony gets wind of that joke, I don't think he's acting like this. It's the fact that Coco did it to Meadow in person.
Aye.
And I think
was like creepy about it.
Yeah, and I think
Physically touched her as well.
yeah, and I think it works the same way with Ralph. I think if Ralph says to Johnny Sack's face, "You're a fat bastard and you have a 95-pound mole," then I think Johnny Sack's definitely killing him.
Well, he wanted to kill him anyway.
Well, he did. So yeah, but really good beat down here for Tony. We then see Carmine rock up. Carmine's like, "You beat him. I've got business. You know, he can't be doing this." Tony's like, he kind of admits that he did wrong. Do you think he did wrong?
I think he took it too far, the guy. I don't disagree with him throwing a beat down, like, but fucking hell. Damn near killed him with that stomp.
Is there any teeth left? Who knows? Maybe Fetal would want to pay a visit to him. But yeah, we then get a funny scene because Tony and Carmine go to Phil's house. Butchie's like, he's not taking visitors. He's like, we don't give a fuck about your power duels. And then they leave and it pans up to the house and it looks like Phil
House?
Phil Leotardo's turn. Uncle Philly, my ass, get the fuck off my lawn. Tony, depressed, nothing left to discuss, so looks like the family are going to war.
With 2 episodes to go.
2 episodes to go. Tony then takes a pizza to AJ and the episode kind of just ends.
And we see Tony and AJ walking down the corridor and it just fades to black, even though I didn't think you were allowed pizza in there, but I mean, I guess maybe they're making an exception here. Anyway, yeah.
Well, no, the pizza got confiscated.
Oh, okay.
Which is why is he not allowed pizza?
Bit lame, isn't it? Maybe someone's lactose intolerant or something.
See why you get the stuffed crust? Did someone put a fucking noose in it?
I don't know.
Are you going to use that? Who knows? But
stuffed crust, actually.
yeah, third last episode of The Sopranos. Some people would consider this one of the best episodes in the show. I think IDMB gave it like a 9.7 or something, 9.6. It's it's good.
I mean, I'll get a 7. Like,
Yeah, I'll give it a 7 as well.
I mean, I thought it was a good episode, like, but it wasn't anything great.
Yeah. It's just like the AJ stuff for me. He should have tried to kill himself pretty much after what happened to Blanca. He shouldn't have rebounded and then because his friends beat up some Somalian, that's why he kills himself.
Yeah, a bit lame.
It is a bit lame. Anyway, that's a 7 out of 10. 2 more episodes to go. Final predictions. Who's dying in this war? Hit me with 5 people.
Oh,
You can include Fever side, like if you can remember half of New York.
Bobby.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby. That's it. I'm just going Bobby.
Hold on, you got 5 people for fuck's sake.
Phil.
Phil, Tony, Carlo, Sil, Butchie,
Nah.
Carmine, AJ. Is he going to get his hands dirty? What about Junior? Is he going to get his wheelchair dirty? What is Junior?
Paulie's nailed on, isn't he? To survive.
He survives everything, doesn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Junior again.
Hopefully we do. I like Junior. But anyway, yeah, that is where we're going to leave it. 7 out of 10, 2 episodes to go. Can the show be not redeemed, but can the show actually go up in your estimation, or has the damage been done?
Of course, if it's got fight. If the last 2 episodes are great, then it's going to be a.
But can it go down though? Are your expectations high, or are they somewhere in the middle? Or
Not really. I think this season's faltered out, hasn't it? Really.
you know what? Is season 6 my favourite? Maybe. But I don't think there's a need for 21 episodes. You could condense it to like 16.
Yeah. No. I think we could get 2 good episodes. We could get 2 poor episodes. I wouldn't really be surprised at this rate.
We'll see how it goes, guys. But anyway, 2 more to go. Till next time. Peace.